There are four different typical shapes of curves: the normal curve, bimodal curve, positively skewed curve, and negatively skewed curve. The normal curve is bell-shaped and can be superimposed on many frequency distributions, while the bimodal curve reflects the coexistence of two different types of observations in the same distribution. The positively skewed and negatively skewed curves could be confusing, so you want to look at the positive and the negative. They refer to where the extremes are. The positively skewed curve is a lopsided distribution caused by a few extreme observations in the positive direction. The majority of the observations are to the left, while the extremes are on the right. While in the negatively skewed curve, it's a lopsided distribution caused by a few extreme observations in the negative direction, which is to the left of the majority of observations. You could use the bar graph for qualitative data, which is also called nominal data. A bar graph is a type of graph with gaps between adjacent bars which emphasize the discontinuous nature of the data. It consists of a series of bars whose heights reflect the frequencies for the various words or classes. It can also be used with quantitative data to emphasize the discontinuous nature of a discrete variable. While reading a graph, you can be misled. Graphs can be constructed to support a particular point of view. They can do this by changing the width of the bars, lowering the end of frequency scales is emitted, or the height of vertical axes can be several times bigger or smaller than the width of the horizontal axis, which will exaggerate or suppress the frequency. If you're creating a graph yourself, you want to depict the data as clearly, concisely, and completely as possible. You can also add your own personal preference. For example, you can decide between a histogram and frequency polygon for quantitative data.